Welcome to another episode of Fresh Blerd Air. I am your host, Black Thanos, and on this episode, we will be talking about the blerd culture from the beginnings until now. I have assembled a great panel of guests who took time out of their busy schedules to come and be on here today. I appreciate all of you. Would you please introduce yourselves separately?
Okay, so ladies first. Uh, my name is Cotton Candy. Well, my name is Dejanay, but I go by Cotton Candy. Everyone knows me as Cotton Candy HG. I am a vendor. I have a business of Coco Kauai, which I go to multiple conventions and vend at. Been doing that for a while. I'm also disabled. I do not have my legs, and I still enjoy the con space.
Welcome, welcome.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ray's Arts, Raymond Youngblood. I'm a digital freelance illustrator based in Pittsburgh. I too travel the convention space all over the country, BlerdCon, DreamCon, Anime NYC, and others, selling my art. I also completed a manga called Twilight Angels. Volume 2 should be coming out this May, and I'm very happy to be here.
Welcome, welcome.
Word. I guess I'll go. Ramel. I'm not as cool as them, but I'm from Maryland, originally from Ohio. Uh, I'm a real estate agent. I work for an insurance company out here, and I am I don't know, just getting my feet back into the blerd culture, and I'm just seeing how it's grown and just amazed. So I'm just here to, I guess, get my piece in on it. I make t-shirts. MyDefinition.net is down for right now because I'm doing some maintenance. I'm changing the whole layout because I had some very toxic stuff that I had to get rid of. A whole change. But that'll be up, and thanks for having me on.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, man.
So, all right, let's get into this. The blerd culture, as we, talked about it, before we got on, has came a long way.
Yes.
Back in long, I guess a long time ago, it was considered, I guess, taboo, or you didn't really, maybe people have was in the closet about it because they felt that, I don't want to be teased or people might not like me, so I'm going to not talk about it. But, as we're in this day and age now, everybody's pretty much, I'm not worried about what people think about me. I'm going to, live my truth. And if you don't get on this bandwagon, then, I'm going to leave you behind.
hmm Facts. No,
Yeah.
man, it's definitely true. When I was growing up, my child was like the early '90s, early 2000s, and for us, and I hate to be the first person to drop a ball like this, but they used to say you acting white. You know what I mean? You got the anime stuff going on. If they run, y'all, you watch those cartoons. We don't do that. We do this, and it's like I still love doing it, but yeah, it was very different, man. It was very different.
Because there's a lot of
Yeah.
shows that were, anime based, but we didn't know. Just
Man,
like, me finding out that Speed Racer was anime and I didn't even know that.
bruh,
Yeah.
I, man, Ronin Warriors and Sailor Moon, because I love Sailor Moon back in the day.
Hmm.
And I would try to talk about that with people, man. You talk about getting clowned.
I didn't talk about it. I didn't talk about it with anybody. I
So,
didn't talk about it with anyone.
I definitely had a little bit of a different experience. I got picked on every now and again. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Ranma One Half.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Ranma One Half was the very first manga that I would read. I was in fifth grade, and the manga wasn't the problem. The fact that Ranma was topless sometimes was the problem. They're like, oh
Yeah.
man, here you go reading this pervy stuff. But like,
Mhm.
but I would let them know, like, no, this is like Ranma is mostly clothed. Like it's a really good story. But I think I had a couple things going for me. One, like I was nerdy, but I was always drawing, right? Like it was like
Mm.
my main thing that I was known for in school. And I think that kind of put me in a different spot than like your, average quote unquote like four-eyed dweeby nerd. I was always confident about it, and so
Mhm.
I didn't really get picked on too bad. And even with the Ranma stuff, like it was more so people making jabs, but like not like I wasn't running away from people or getting swirlies. But also, if you tried me, you saw that I could fight too. So it wasn't really a problem for me growing
Mhm.
up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
you
did know
know.
people.
For me, I used to wake up really early in the morning, before school, and I remember it was like elementary school, so maybe like fourth or fifth grade, and I used to wake up really early because I was an addict to watching Sonic, but I loved the Freedom Fighter Sonic that used to come on
Oh yeah,
Saturday.
yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
remember
Yeah.
that
man,
one.
Saturday morning.
Exactly, and then it just stopped. They just stopped showing it. So I'm like searching the TV guide, and it was like, oh, it comes Sonic Adventures comes on in the morning. So I would get up before school to watch it. And then one day, I got up really early and caught Sailor Moon, and I was like, what is this? Like, I was so
And you
hyped.
was hooked in there.
I was geeked, man. I like loved it. My dad was like, "If you're gonna watch this, you better be up and ready for school." I woke up every day to watch it, and then watch Sonic. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, that was back when Sonic and Sailor Moon and stuff was on UPN, right?
Yeah,
Before G.I.
Yep,
Joe and stuff.
yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yep,
oh
yep.
man, you didn't like the Sonic salesman? No,
Not at all.
I'm
Like,
joking.
no.
I'm joking.
Mm-mm.
I'm
I thought that
got
was
Also,
really,
Urkel,
I thought that was
Urkel
really
being
cute
funny.
though. I liked it. Like when I was young, it was really cute.
Cotton Candy,
Man,
you are my favorite. Sorry, Ramel. I know we bros now, but Cotton Candy, listen. So if it wasn't for Sonic, I wouldn't have been an artist. So, and it was
oh,
that brand. It was that
Same.
brand of Sonic. Like I love Sally even to this day. So, like
Sally, Bunny. Oh,
yeah,
don't get me
Sally's
started.
way
That's
better
my
than
favorite
Amy.
one. As soon as I'm able to
thank
walk in my
you,
prosthetic,
thank you.
I'm gonna do Bunny. I'm gonna do Bunny. I have to. I have
You
to.
have to.
I have
Oh,
to.
that's gonna be a fire cosplay for you. I
Oh
Right?
can't
I
wait to
have
see
to.
man,
you.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I
yo,
have
Yeah.
to.
I guess that makes sense though. That video games would draw you over to that sort of stuff. In the end, it ends up being from the video game to the cartoon to anime. This is
Hmm.
how it transitioned. I think
Yeah.
that's how it transitioned for me. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is Sonic.
I didn't
Okay.
really. I think I found the mangas. I found mangas like shortly after. Um, I forgot. It starts with a T. I'm forgetting. It was like a more fighting, more of a fighting manga, but it's now an anime as well. But I found it. Then I found Ram and a Half, but couldn't get it consistent. There was never a consistent way of getting them. Like I went to the library. I stumbled upon like one issue. It was like episode 7. Like it was
Mm.
Yeah.
like I couldn't do it at all. But the Manhattan Library. I'm from New York.
Mm.
Manhattan Library had the anime, and I remember
Mhm.
renting it out, and I was like, "This is amazing!" But oh my gosh, man, LimeWire, Diseases After, man,
Oh
it
yeah,
was
I
What
remember
a
a
LimeWire.
time.
struggle. It was
What a
a
time.
struggle,
Dude,
struggle.
Yeah.
That
I
I got
didn't
my
know.
stuff from
LimeWire,
the library too.
LimeWire, and Napster. That was the sacrifice of giving your computer AIDS to get any type of music or anime.
Just to get a little bit of
It was
pleasure.
worth it. It was worth it.
Look,
It
It
was
was
worth
worth
it.
and it was a guess because you didn't know if you was going to download the actual right thing or if you were going to download my fellow Americans, blah blah
it.
blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
that's how
exactly.
you
Yeah,
remember that. The fact that you remember that. Jeez. Wow.
What's curious about me, I didn't know manga existed until 2002. That's how distant I was from the. I didn't know manga was a thing, and I think what got me was JoJo. I ended up seeing JoJo on Dreamcast on the game, and I was like, "What is this? This is so weird." And I ended up looking online, and end up finding JoJo stuff. It was like wasn't translated the best, but I ended up finding JoJo stuff, and I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And I downloaded it to the computer. So my father used to get these little bootleg tapes from the guy that would do the movies and stuff. He got Wicked City. And I don't know if y'all know about Wicked City. Do you guys know about Wicked City at all?
No.
Oh no. Okay. So it's hentai. Okay. So my father thought, yep. So but hold on. So imagine me and my father. I'm like, man, what was I like 9? And he like, oh, it's a cool cartoon. Yeah. And so it was dope though until it wasn't. And then so like my father thought that all anime was hentai. So I wasn't able to touch it until So that was just a wild thought that I just had about getting introduced to it. It was like, man, and no, ever since then, no, I'm in.
I think my first thing of coming across something that was it's like on the borderline of hentai, but it was action as well, which was Ninja Scroll.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
It was Ninja Scrolls and La Blue Girl.
Yeah, I remember those two. I remember that one too.
La Blue Girl kept popping up every time. I was like, what am looking for? Man.
La Blue Girl. I haven't even watched that, but the what is La Blue Girl?
She's a ninja. She's a ninja that she gets her powers from having sex. Mm-hmm.
Wait, one more time.
Yeah, like,
that is a real thing.
That's a thing. Oh my God.
Yeah, so
that's a real thing.
The sexual energy that she harnessed allowed her to be powerful. And she'd be fighting, and the monsters would come off. It was a cool watch,
I completely relate. That happens to me every Wednesday. I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
There are certain animes you don't watch around family, kids, or
Food Wars.
people who don't understand it.
Food Wars, but my God,
you can't watch Food Wars in front of people.
I'm like,
because they don't understand it, and people sitting there losing their clothes for food because of the food is so good. It's a bad look. They're like, oh my God, you watching hentai.
It's not an unloading. It's not an unloading anime at all.
Man, I don't know. You moan when you eat food. I don't know nobody in here that go. I know everybody.
Not like that. Not like that. No, they over there having orgasms and everything. I'm like, come on, dog. For real. Like, I like macaroni and cheese, but it ain't that good. Not like that. Make your clothes fall off.
You haven't had the best.
Yeah, man. You got. My wife does happy dances when she gets food, so it's a whole different thing for you, man.
You just gotta get the right one.
Yeah,
it's like having that first sip of coffee in the morning. It just
No, man. Hey, I have a question about Rama. Because I always wanted to check it out. I was getting characters from Mugen for that. Is it so? Okay, so is it warm water that makes Rama male?
Yeah, so Ranma is a boy.
Okay. I thought it was backwards.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Whenever, he him and his dad went to China to go training, and they both ended up falling into these things called cursed springs.
Yeah.
And so Ranma fell into the spring of cursed spring of drowned girl. So if he gets splashed with cold water, he turns into a girl. His father fell into the spring, the cursed spring of drowned panda. and so he turns into a panda whenever he splashes cold water.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
all there's all types of cursed springs. There's one like that turns you into a cat, turns you into a duck,
Yeah.
uh, turns you into a pig.
oh wow.
All types of different. There's actually a character that spoilers for anybody watching the current series now. But there's a character that gets like dunked in like a bunch of them, so he turns into like a chimera thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah.
It's pretty
So
cool.
like
It's pretty cool.
I tried. Did you try to watch the new one? I tried. I couldn't do it.
You
I
know what?
couldn't do it.
It's
I
not that
couldn't do
bad.
it.
It's not. So I will say it's definitely like not as fun to look at as the 80s version,
Mm-hmm.
but the fights are very fluid, and
Yes.
it I have a few complaints, and like really they're definitely boomer complaints, so I'm showing my age a little bit. um they cleaned up a lot of the stuff that they got away with in the 80s. So like
Okay.
there's a character, his whole
True.
yeah, like there's a character, his whole thing is like stealing schoolgirls' panties, which like you should definitely not do that. So
Nope. Of
they
course of
they
course they're gonna clean that up. They will.
they slid that under the rug a bit, which I totally get that. But then there's another
Yeah.
character. Her name is Shampoo, and she's from China,
Mm-hmm.
so she doesn't speak the best Japanese.
Right.
And so whenever they did the English dub, they basically had her speak like broken English, like
Oh.
To make it make sense.
Shampoo want to go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But now like they made her like they cleaned it up so that she speaks more proper English on the dub and more proper Japanese in the sub. And it's like you don't have to do that, like this isn't a racist caricature. We understand that this is a person not from Japan. As a matter of fact, when I go to Japan, I know that, my Japanese isn't the greatest. I probably sound just like her. So,
Yeah.
No, just speaking of stuff like that, how did y'all parents have any influence on what y'all do? Because I was thinking about that from when you was talking.
Well, yeah, because so I grew up in my dad he collected he was a huge X-Men fan. He collected all of the X-Men paraphernalia, toys, comics, the whole nine. So the whole reason why I even started watching Sonic was because he was doing the Saturday morning cartoons to watch X-Men. To
Mhm.
watch X-Men. My dad was a gamer. So we played games, and stuff like that. And I dragged my brother and I dragged my dad into like Pokemon. That was a little pull. But yeah, eventually he fell into the Pokemon games, the card game, the collecting part. Um, yeah, my family were they didn't have any reservations or anything about it. I also didn't show them hentai, so
Oh no, no, don't
It
do
facts,
that.
wasn't my fault.
facts,
Like, nah,
facts.
don't show them
I
that.
didn't know either.
Yeah.
Ah,
Um,
oh my god, y'all should have been
no,
there for it.
so my mom, we didn't really know what anime was, back then. Like they were just cartoons, until really like the 2000s. That's when we figured out, oh, there's a difference between anime and cartoons. Um, in America anyway, anime literally just means cartoons, but that's a whole other debate for another time. But,
Right.
but my mom had this thing where I couldn't watch a show unless she like pre-screened the show, watched the first
Mm-hmm.
episode or whatever with me. And
Okay.
so I was already kind of sneaking and watching Dragon Ball Z whenever I would go to like cousins' houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my mom ended up finding out about it. And she's like, "Oh, why hear that's really violent?" Blah blah blah. And so I'll never forget it. I was 8 years old. My boy came over for a sleepover, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch this Dragon Ball Z and figure out if you can actually watch it." It was Goku versus Vegeta, and y'all, I was I was so lucky. It was an episode where they were standing on the rocks and talking for 30 minutes.
I feel an episode saved you. Is what
Look,
you're saying.
You got
arguably the best fight in Z to me. I don't care, but whatever. That's all they saw.
Man, she looked at me. She said, "This is stupid. If you want to waste your time and watch this, go ahead." And after that, the floodgates were open. Oh
yeah.
man,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Thanos? You ain't saying nothing. What about you?
No, I was letting y'all talk. For me, it came from my uncle because he had a lot of stuff. Speed Racer was one. Another one that I found out was anime, which was, and that's how the Lion King was born, which is it was Kimber the White Lion.
Remember the white
Oh,
line?
that's a classic.
I don't remember that.
That's where the idea for the Lion King came from.
Mhm.
Yes, 100%. And I don't care what Disney said.
But with my uncle, he did a lot of the old martial arts movies where it was like horrible dubbing. But and then he would buy me and my brother like weapons that we ended up being able to use later because he was big on the Ninja Turtles.
Oh man!
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
That is so cool, man.
It's been a minute.
Who's everybody's favorite turtle?
Mine is Leo.
Michelangelo. Sure. Hands down. He was
used
my
to be
man.
rough.
You couldn't tell me
man.
anyway. He was my man.
It used to be Raphael when I was angry. Like, because I was an angry kid. So Raphael was my guy.
Who is he now?
I don't know, man. Maybe,
I'm still angry.
Man, it's kind of hard to tell because you know what? I like the comics too. I like Venus. I like Venus the Man from the comics.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I've always been a Donnie guy. Like Donatello is my favorite. I always like smart characters because even in Sonic, like Tails is actually my favorite character.
I love Tails is my baby.
He's the best, right? He's the best.
Tails is my baby. My proud.
Yep, you know it. You know it. But yeah, no, Donnie's my guy.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of that stuff, the ninjas brought a lot of people over. And shout out to the parents and stuff and adults that let us into this stuff because they had to come out of their box too. And I imagine it was even harder then too. Maybe except for the kung fu flicks, because I know everybody rock with those, but who really got into the lifestyle with getting the weapons and stuff like that? Like that had to be different and hard to do back then.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah,
because I think
I caught my mother watching.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
I caught my mother watching the live action One Piece and the live action Yu Yu Hakusho on Netflix. I was like, what are you watching? Oh, this thing called Yu Yu Hakusho. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yes.
It wasn't really difficult for me. My whole family were steeped in it. My mom, she was like a Barbie collector. Like they were just collectors of stuff. So it wasn't really hard at all.
So different, man. It's so different.
Yeah.
Because it's much better now because of we have resources. Because back then when it was a small thing, we didn't have the resources we had now.
No.
And I get mad at people who every time if I'm talking to them, somebody who's not just getting into anime, I ask them what's their favorites, and they start naming the mainstream stuff.
I don't have a problem with that, honestly. Not gonna lie.
I'm all right with it. I don't really. I used to be very particular about people who would say the mainstream stuff, but because of the mainstream stuff is how we're even able to get all the stuff that we like. So I'm fine. Keep watching your mainstream stuff, and eventually they'll evolve. They'll hopefully,
Mhm.
change and then get
Some of
introduced
the
to
people that
other things.
were watching the mainstream stuff, I'm like, okay, that's good. And I was like, yeah, I got some good stuff for you right here.
Yeah,
Check this out.
right.
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah.
indoctrinated, just a little bit,
Well.
But honestly, to be fair, I like some of the main stuff still because, like, everything don't have to be Death Note. Like, I can
Mhm.
be super yell and punch man and watch that and like, oh, this is awesome. I do love my Death Note. I love Death Note, but not everything needs to be Death Note
Yeah.
for
Plus,
me.
different people are gonna like different things at different stages, right?
Yeah.
Like if you would have put me in front of the TV and said, "Hey, watch Evangelion at 6 years old,"
Ugh.
I probably would have hated anime, you know.
You think that? I
At the
mean,
But
end,
like,
man, dude, the end would have depressed the hell out of me.
yeah, but like I discovered Ava in my 20s, and it was
mm,
incredible. And
Mm.
I showed it, to my little cousin who was just watching Naruto, and he was just like, "Bro, I don't even get what they're saying." And I was like, "You know what? That's fair because I barely understand it too. We'll try again when you're older." And
Mhm.
once he got in his 20s, we rewatched it, and he was like, "This is incredible." I was like, "I know, I tried to
I
tell
know, I
you."
told you.
I tried to put you
But
on.
it's different. It's different things, like when you're a kid, you're reading picture books,
Yeah.
But if you give a chapter book to somebody who only knows how to read, see, spot, run, they're not going to be able to appreciate it.
Yeah,
They have to
exactly.
be able to live life and get cultured first. So,
Yeah.
just give them some time.
Yeah. Give him time. I just don't
Yep.
like when I'm not when I'm. I remember I had an ex friend who was like, "Oh, you're not a real anime watcher." I'm like, "Girl, I've been there.
It was like if you don't
I'm
watch like a certain thing, or if you ain't
there."
seen this
Yeah.
anime, you're not a true anime watcher or something.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. I haven't seen
Right.
Naruto and I haven't seen One Piece and I don't plan on seeing neither one,
Ooh.
and I'm fine.
Oh boy.
I don't want
Well,
to. I can't do One Piece.
Uh-uh, uh-uh.
It's too
When it
many
came
episodes.
out, when it
That
so
that's too many episodes.
I
man, it's
got
One
only
Piece is
season
so good.
one. It's
I
only
got
season
One Piece is
one.
so good.
You can catch
I've
up.
seen one. I've
it,
seen a
Season
couple.
one, you can catch up. Season
yeah.
one. I'm joking.
Season one. When
It
I
ain't
got
only.
to it, it had horrible drawing in the beginning. It was like years ago. It had horrible drawing. I was like, I'm not watching this. I'm not
Yeah.
watching
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to defend the drawing, but it is integral to the story why
it.
people are drawn like that. You
It
find
took
out
me
later.
Well.
it took me a very long time to change, like, because I was following Miwa Ida for a while. So, Peach Girl was so
Mhm.
Amazon wasn't the big conglomerate that it is now, but I used to buy new, used and old or whatever,
Ooh.
mangas from Amazon. They were like $7 and change. That's how I spent my allowance, and I would get Peach Girl. I would get Peach Girl, and the drawings are pretty. They're like, aesthetically pleasing to me, especially because that was how I like to draw. So I was like, yeah, this is the kind of books. And then I would go to Barnes and Noble and read the books that I liked or that seemed very close in art style. The only time I changed it was when I watched the Battle Royale. My cousin gave me his mangas of Battle Royale, and I was like, oh, the drawing is ugly, but it matched the it matched the story. So that was what kept
Mhm.
me open minded. But I couldn't. I was not that open. I couldn't. I couldn't.
The
Yeah,
real
and I
question.
mean,
Go ahead, Ray.
I definitely get that. As somebody who is making their own manga, I already know that like my chapter 1 versus my chapter 400 are going to look completely different.
Yeah.
And you know, One Piece. I will say even now, I don't read the manga. I think that Oda is a genius with storytelling.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and his artwork has for sure improved over these past 30 years. But
Yeah.
man, there's
It
so much
it yeah.
information. There's
30.
so much information on the pages. that I just prefer the anime. So I'm an anime only for One Piece. It is
Okay.
so good. It's so good when they are doing a streamlined version of the anime, and it's called The One Piece. I believe it comes out later on this year.
Oh,
Oh,
Um, Up to date graphics, telling the story from the very beginning. I think you
how-
got. I think you if you haven't, yeah, it's called The One Piece. So a
okay.
little confusing, but
Okay.
I think it'll be worth a watch because like One Piece really does have a truly incredible story to tell. That's
yeah.
definitely worth the time.
It's a lot of intricacies. It's a lot of relevant stuff to honestly what's happening now. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. What was it? Punk Island. Punk Island, you know, that's that's a thing. But oh, real question. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I derailed. Sub or dub? And then I'm gonna just
Oh, we
base
know
what I feel
about.
like.
Are we about to do this? We're about to.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, let's get in here. Let's get in here. Let's get into it.
all
No.
right. Sub or dub? I like both. It's just that it's a certain if I'm starting an anime, if it starts in dub,
I'm gonna be
I'm
dubbed
a,
the whole way through.
I'm gonna keep it going, and then if it switches to a sub in the middle, I'm a stop and go back, and it's like because I got to change over. I
Yeah.
can't.
Mm,
If it's dub, it got to be dub all the way through. If it's
mm,
sub, it got to be sub all the way. I don't want it to switch, and then I'm like, I can't do this. It's like it's either one or the other. I'm not gonna do dub and then do sub like for the rest of the thing. And if it's something that I'm watching, I'm into, and they said, "Well, they didn't finish the dub. They finished everything in sub. If you want to finish the anime, you're gonna have to." I was like, "Well, guess I'll be coming back to that later."
Facts. That's why I
yeah.
haven't with Mashla. I haven't been able to finish it because I've started it out dubbed, and I'm like, yeah, sub. I can remember wherever it is English, and they changed it over, and I was like, oh, like I haven't finished it yet. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
I'm a mix. I'm a mix too because I'm grown and I'm not going to be bullied. I'm not going to be bullied into one or the other. But what I can't do is if I hear the voice one way and that's how I know the voice. Like I can't listen to what's the one? Or in High School Host Club. If you put it on Japanese to me, I won't even recognize who the characters are. But I can recognize Haruhi. I can recognize Tomaki. I read all of them. You could tell me and I would be like, oh, I know who's saying whatever on the TV screen. But also, I'm like
mhm,
doing stuff when I'm listening to it in background. So I'm not always just like focused on just watching it. So
Mhm.
if I am focused on
facts.
just watching it, it's because I want to like read it. Like the manhwa that got changed into an anime that got really huge.
Solo leveling.
Solo Leveling. Yeah, so I was
Mhm.
reading that in Korean, and
Oh.
then I was reading that in Korean, and then they put it out and it was English. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Like I'll tolerate that, but that was it. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah,
admit
I mean,
that. Y'all are cool.
I'm the exact same way, and it's even funnier. Because I'm studying Japanese right now. I've gotten a lot better. Then I'll be in Japan. It'll be my third time in
Wow.
June.
日本語
Um,
がわかりますか？
Sukoshi,
少し、
Sukoshi. Hi,
少し、少し
hi,
話
hi,
せ。
hi.
Oh shoot!
Hey, Thanos, I don't know what they
Ni,
saying, but I feel offended.
I don't know
Nihongo,
what they're saying either.
Nihongo,
Yeah,
Nihongo,
just a little bit.
yeah, Nihongo wa Sukoshi musukashi da yo na.
Diana.
That is so
Yeah.
cool. I'm geeking over here.
Um, but so I'm studying the language right now, and I do well enough to be able to get around and ask for things and communicate. I can't speak philosophy in Japanese or anything like that, right? But
No.
when it comes to like my actual preferred anime watching, I prefer dub because, like Cotton Candy, I'm usually drawing while I watch,
Mhm.
and so it's hard for
Mm,
me to put my ears up unless I'm actively trying to study. Now, if
Right.
I'm going, if I'm sitting down watching the sub, I'm actively like I do a lot of weird stuff, so you know, uh, excuse me, but like I will watch anime in Japanese specifically to study,
Mm.
and try to pick up on different words. But then also I will watch anime in English or in Japanese alongside reading the manga to figure out what parts they stretched out in the manga, so I can help my own pacing for my comic as well.
That's cool.
So it's a lot more than just sitting down and watching for me. Um, but yeah, so yeah. What
Raise is
about you,
cool
man?
as hell, man. Raise is cool as hell. Man, my man playing 4D chess out here. No, man. Like, literally, if it sound good. I'm weird. Like, if it sounds good, yeah, I'll watch it whatever. Like, I don't do too much while I'm watching, but pay attention. I set time aside and watch it. And honestly, I compare the voices. If there's an English and a Japanese, if you sound like a dying cat in Japanese, I don't want to hear it. Like Goku in Japanese sounds like a dying cat to me. So, but no disrespect,
You
it
ain't
sounds
right.
terrible.
You ain't
Listen
right.
to the English version, so it's hard to say that. Like I heard the English version first, so I wouldn't know what his voice sounds like in Japanese, to be honest.
Oh man, it's a lady. She does from apparently what everybody says good work, but it's just a comfort thing for me. It's just like a personal thing, isn't it? So I'll base mine completely personally. It's like, how do I like how this sounds? If it doesn't sound good, then I won't listen. Whether it's dub or whatever, I'll read if I hate the dub voices. Man, the JoJo dub for part four, I can't like I can't watch it in dub, but I'll watch it in sub. But part three, I'm fine with it. It just depends on how it sounds. That's all.
Because
Yeah.
I was watching what's it campfire cooking,
Mhm.
and I started out it was sub, and I just happened to mess around, was like trying to check the language, and it's like, oh yeah, it's in dub. I was like, so you tell me this whole time this damn thing was in dub. I'm sitting here looking at
I,
sub, so I was like, all right, let me turn on dub, let me see what it sounds like. I don't like it.
I'm,
I was
Mhm.
like,
I'm gonna be
I
real.
don't like it.
Like it.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
like
be
it because
real.
I started off in sub. I was like, I don't like it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I switched it right back.
Uh, I'm gonna be real quick. I actually really hate the sub versus dub debate only because this isn't the 90s and 80s anymore.
True.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
in the 80s, they would just pick up, whoever off the street and, hey, can you read, see, spot, run? You can? Okay, cool. Get in this booth in the studio. But,
Hmm.
but now, they actually like people dedicate their entire lives to becoming voice actors. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's actually taken so much more serious now. So you don't have to watch it in Japanese if you want to have a good experience. Like you can actually watch it in English and get the same amount of emotion. Like to me, I think that kind of going off of what you said, Ramel, Deku in English sounds just like
Oh man.
Deku in Japanese. Like
Yeah.
they might
Mhm.
Yeah.
they may as well be the same guy, you know.
Pretty much.
Because Justin's a cool guy, by the way. Um, Dustin does a great job at getting the emotions out for who Deku is.
Mhm. He does.
So
He
yeah,
does.
man, no, times have changed for sure.
Yeah,
Man.
100%. I am
So
also not a fan of the debate either because it just makes you seem like it's another way to discredit you
mhm,
to be an anime watcher. And like, I'm not. Are you giving me an award? Like, what? What am I competing for? I just want to
exactly.
enjoy. I just want to enjoy what I'm watching.
It's like I'm
Yeah,
good
don't let
either way.
Exactly.
nobody.
It's like
Yeah,
I'm
don't
gonna
let
be
nobody
good.
shame you.
I'm gonna be good regardless whether it's sub or dub.
Right.
As long as I'm
Right.
watching what I'm
Facts,
As
watching.
long as it sounds good. Right. A vibe check
facts.
passed. Okay. Yeah. Vibe
Yeah.
check passed. Good. Um, I think so. We were talking about, the blur culture. Since I'm like out of the loop, what, like, for real, like, what is it? What is it? Like, what would you define it as?
That's actually probably a good question. Um, I think if you take it away from like the conventions exactly, I think it's just a way to unify the the group of us that are more on the nerdier spectrum of it, because I don't think that growing up we had that space openly, right? I guess if I dress very alternatively. I'm pretty dull today, but I dress pretty alternatively, and for that was like a white thing. So I was always like, okay, there's gotta be other people like me who are like us. So these con spaces or whatever spaces we find other blerds at, I'm like, oh, you guys, you're my people. So I'm the most comfortable and relaxed around y'all. But I think also, and I guess the mainstream part of it is that it if you're even close to the nerdy line, then it accepts you. I guess in a sense, it's like, come on in. You're close enough. I know at BlerdCon it's going to be partying, it's dancing, it's everybody just having a great time, loving what they love, and that's about it. But I think it also is like accepting of like the gamers, the artists, the people who we're not in the hip hop world like that, in that manner, because there are like still people out there that just don't even like anime. They don't like cartoons. They don't like what I consider fun. They don't like video games. So like any of those things, I'm like, oh, okay, you want to go to the normie parties all the time? Oh, that's so great. I think it's fine, but when I'm with my people, then I can party with them because we're all jamming out to the intro of some anime or whatever, So it's appreciative.
Yeah, I mean, for me it's very similar, the black nerd space definitely is so much more than just anime. It's a place for, you to just be yourself, You can be a hip hop nerd if you want to, as long as you're sneakerheads, sneakerheads are nerds too. They're just they're blerds and their specific niche. I think that the blerd space is super welcoming for everyone to kind of come and be as they are and get to teach some things and also get to learn some things, while still being who like authentically black, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Man,
yeah, we don't have to talk about like how black we are, right? Like I think
right. Oh my God.
growing up, I think I've heard, "Oh, you're not really black," and I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I thought,
yeah. Where is this written at? Where are the rules to being black? What are they?
Yeah, no. I don't want to do what you're doing. Does not mean that I'm any less black. So we don't have to have that conversation, which is amazing for me.
And it's wild that that's the case, right? Because black culture in general is very accepting. You know what I mean? The cookout questions and everything like that, except for at points, especially when I was younger, the blerds. We were just excluded. It was like, yeah, but you invite these people to cookouts, for example. It wasn't that back then, but it's what I see it from the outside. Y'all are doing like amazing stuff, and y'all following y'all passion. Y'all accept anybody that's willing to follow a passion. That's not on the mainstream or is considered nerdy, and I love y'all for that acceptance. And I came, like I said, in and out. I got friends that are into it, but I really started to come into myself after I hit like 35, when I really started getting into it. And it's a beautiful space, man. It's so much love. I do know that. I'm sorry, Thanos. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm pretty sure you have something to say.
No, you're good. It's like we're about to wrap it up in a few minutes. One other thing, because I've been to my share of conventions, and I'm sure you've been to. Have you guys been to BlerdCon? Have all of you been to BlerdCon?
For sure.
I haven't.
And you? Oh, yeah. Hey, your time is coming, brother. Your time is coming.
We'll see you next year.
Yep, we'll see you next year, bro.
I wanted to be Craig. I wanted to go last year. I wanted to be Craig Murdoch for a second, but that's a whole nother story. I ain't lose weight enough. Go ahead, keep going.
From
Hey man, come as you are, bro.
Yeah, that's
no judgment. No
doesn't
judgment.
matter. Yeah, I was worried to go after I lost my legs, and I remember everyone we were playing I was playing soca music at my booth, And they were like, "Oh, why did you come to the soccer party?" And I was like, "Oh, because my wheelchair." And they're like, "Oh, we would have carried you." And I was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's that love, man. That's that love. It's like, just come. Just your
yeah,
presence is your gift.
Like, yo,
yeah,
just show up, just come through.
yeah."
Yeah, I
Mhm.
gotta remember that. Thank you for reminding me that. I love that. Thank you, Cotton, because
You're
that made me
welcome.
feel good
Yeah.
about it. I felt, even though, yeah, man, I ain't gonna get to it. Go ahead, my fault, man.
Oh, from the, besides going, when you went to BlerdCon and other conventions you've been to, what have been the differences that you have seen?
Like
Different things.
between like blurred specific conventions and
Yeah, between
other
like
ones.
blurred, blurred conventions, because I believe DreamCon is pretty much a blurred convention, I think,
Hmm.
Basically, yeah.
and
It
like and
Yeah.
basically
other
is.
conventions that are like non-blurred.
But
Um.
I'll compare DreamCon for myself to Anime Expo just on sheer like the volume of it, because DreamCon is pretty freaking huge. And Anime Expo, we all know, is the anime
Mhm.
convention if you love anime. So
Hmm.
for me, I've been going to Anime Expo for about 16 years now, and DreamCon, it was just as huge. And I think I just like the our people part of it. I love
Yeah.
the our people part
Yeah.
of it. And I vended at it last year. I should be vending this year. And I just like the our people part of it and how creative, oh my gosh, the cosplays. So how creative we will um put ourselves in a costume, right? Like
Hmm.
in a character.
Mhm.
How
Mhm.
the meshing works. Oh, it's
Oh
like when
man.
you see like a black girl with like who's like thick in all the right places, and she has like an afro with Deku's hair. Oh, come on now, like really good, really good. The creativity is like, yeah,
Chef's
Yeah.
kiss.
I definitely, I think comparing Anime Expo and DreamCon uh is really good. Because like the things I guess like at Anime Expo, they focus on the anime part of it. Like, you're there for world premieres and like for panels with like different studios and things like that. And
yeah,
it's incredible. But you're not going to be able to get into everything. Like at
no,
Anime Expo, you got to pick 4 things that you want to do for the whole day and
Oof.
prepare to be in line.
that's
And
it.
it is what it is. One year I woke up, me and my friends, we were trying to go see the My Hero Academia movie. It premiered at noon. We got in line at 6:30 in the morning and still could not get in.
Well, I mean, if you go
Jeez
Yeah.
now,
Louise.
you go now. I got like disability perks, I skip a line.
Oh.
No, see, there you go right there.
Hey,
There you go.
I just
don't
skip
threaten me with a good
a
time because
Yeah, you
I
gonna get
will
up here.
go.
Look.
I will go. No, but with BlerdCon and DreamCon, while anime is definitely a highlight of those conventions, it really is about, networking, building your business, hanging out with friends, doing like line dances out in the hallways. You're not going to do that at Anime Expo, you
No.
No,
no.
know.
yeah. Yeah, no, not at all.
Um, the party vibes are way different, like I will say that like BlerdCon and DreamCon really focus on putting on really great after parties,
Mhm.
um, they encourage you to dance and like, get up and sweat, whereas Anime Expo, Anime NYC, they have cool party. Well, Anime NYC is a little different because like they have like
New
different clubs
York,
and stuff.
New York.
But yeah, I love Anime NYC. But yeah, I guess what I'm saying is the same thing. The our people part is really the vibe.
Yeah,
It's like being with your cousins all weekend. It's
it
all the
Mhm.
good
is.
stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that's
So,
amazing.
for me, I came up in before I was going to Kasacon and Otakon.
What was the
Otacon's a
name?
cool one.
Oh, Katsu. Oh, okay, Katsu.
But when Otakon, because Otakon was always in Baltimore, and then when
Yeah.
Hmm.
Otakon moved to DC, I was like, all right, time for me to find something else because it's not it. I looked at it like me and my friends. We looked at it as like a getaway vacation, even though like we were still within our area, but just like it felt like we was going away and we're like somewhere else. Now it's and we used to get hotels and stuff, but it's a lot of things that they did there that it ain't BlerdCon ain't letting that happen.
Mm.
The stuff you do at BlerdCon, you ain't doing it. You wasn't doing that at OdaCon. They're not letting that happen.
Mm.
A lot
Okay.
of things were restricted. It's stuff in BlerdCon that's restricted, but as long as you're not crossing a line where something may happen, they're okay. But in OdaCon and everything, especially back then, they're not letting none of that happen.
Right.
I think I'm just happy that BlerdCon and DreamCon are making its way. It's it's bringing back the fun aspect of it. I feel like Anime Expo when I was first going, they had this thing called LineCon. Basically, you stood outside the night before to get your tickets and all that. That was when you made friends. You made friends for the first time. Y'all talked. You formed a bond for the weekend. So that lifestyle, that feeling, I feel now with BlerdCon, and I feel I'm starting to kind of feel that with DreamCon. I didn't really adventure out too much with DreamCon, like you said earlier. It's more like networky, especially in the vendor space.
Yes.
But and outside of the vendor space, it's all like vibes, basically.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like you create friends if you're able to be social. I don't mind being social. You can definitely find friends and a group of people to hang out with and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Uh, like I said, I haven't been to. Man, it's been like almost 15 years since I've been to any con. In Ohio, I think it was Ohio Con or something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time.
Oh yeah, you
So I
said
haven't
that.
been, but I always keep up with it. I have friends. Some of my friends go, and I'll just tell me your stories. Tell me what happened. What happened? They always come with something cool. They never come with nothing negative. They always come with something like like man, this is an experience. And I've been out of the way. There's a lot of me coming into who I was. Like I told y'all, to 35. Then I was like, all right, this is who I am. And I didn't have that back then. And now getting into it, I see the pictures. I see people like Cotton. I see Ray. I see you, and you what you're doing. Thanos is like, this is cool, man. I've been watching from the outside, and I want to get back into it. And I do see the positive vibes, even coming off of other people, and that acceptance piece. I see it like in everything. So from the outside, coming in again, that's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's always more room at the table, man. So
Right,
please
facts.
come
Oh,
on
I'm here.
in.
I'm here. I'm
Always
here. Yo,
pull up
I'm
a
here now.
chair. Always pull up a chair.
Yep.
I'm here like an ex-girlfriend that won't leave you alone. I'm here. We good. We here.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Do you have any closing remarks? Anybody have closing remarks? You want to plug anything?
I'll plug my shop, Coco Kawaii, on all platforms. I am usually on Instagram and Facebook, and TikTok. Occasionally, I have to be more on there, but my main channel is Cotton Candy. It's abbreviated Cotton Candy HG. Yeah, please follow me. I'll follow back.
All right.
What's up? I'm gonna plug my Instagram and my website. Raise Arts on all platforms. On Instagram, type Raise Arts, RAIZARTS with an underscore. You'll see me right there. Then my website is raisearts.com. I'm Raise Arts on Twitter, and on TikTok as well. Although I'm most active on Instagram. Look out for volume 2 of my manga. More of that information will be on my Instagram. And if you're going to be at BlerdCon, come check me out. I'll be in Roosevelt. I'll see you there.
Oh yeah, we did just get our thing.
Yeah, where are you going to be at?
I'm in the main floor. I just
Oh,
don't remember where.
Arlington.
Arlington, yeah. I
Yeah.
just don't remember where. It's like the main section.
Okay, that's what's up.
That
Do
it?
you have anything to plug, sir? You quiet.
Yeah. I guess there's not anything to plug.
All right. Well, I thank you guys for coming on. I
I'm
appreciate
sorry,
all
y'all.
your huh?
I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Somebody had called me. I'm sorry.
All good.
Yeah, rhymes the reason. It's literally RHYMES space the space reason. I'll have the site and stuff back up, but the site's my definition net .net, and yeah, I do t-shirts. But besides that, that's all I got.
We
Can y'all
appreciate
hear me?
you. We
Yeah.
hear you. We appreciate you.
Okay.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys for coming through. Taking time out of your schedules to, do this little round table we had going today. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
I'm gonna send you
Love.
guys the link, and y'all could, share it on your platform, so people can see it and try to share it to other people so they can be interested. I thank you guys very much.
Nice.
That's a
Thank
bet.
you,
Happy
brother. Thank
Black
you.
History Month.
Peace.
Peace.
I'll see you next week. All right. Bye.
All right.
All right. Y'all be safe.
All